How y'all doing, Facebook, man? I got this homeschooling going on right now, and it is something else, let me tell you. I want to talk to y'all for a minute, because we've been talking about, how the Democrats might have had something to do with them sending out this virus to make Trump look bad, do in-home voting and, mail-in ballots, all that good stuff. Then I got to thinking about it, like, man, they said that with our economy the way they were doing, that China was like 10 to 20 years behind us. Like, they didn't get caught up. Our economy blew them out the water when Trump come in, redid everything, and, like, they were almost catching up with us. Like, we're a year behind them passing us. And all of a sudden, our economy banks out. China lets this virus go. I'm talking about, do y'all not see that? Like, this is pure evidence here that China has released this virus upon us to kill our economy. Like, to me, that's proof right there. Like, Donald Trump needs to go in there and nuke them sons of bitches. And, like, every virus starts in China. H1N1, whatever the hell that was, the swan flu, all that stuff, it originates from these wet markets, or it gets loose from Wuhan because they're careless. But did you notice everybody that was participated in the virus getting leaked out is now dead? The bus driver, the man that supposedly leaked the video, and all this other kind of good stuff, bad good stuff. But we're sitting here in quarantine now with our economy shut down, just starting to get back up. Dow picked up 300 and something points yesterday. Good job. You know what I mean? We support you, Trump. Uh, it's just, I cannot for the life of me understand. Was it the Democrats that released it to do in-home ballots? Was it China that released it to get our economy dead so they could catch up with us? So we were really getting a jump start on them. So you know, could that be it? There's so many questions that I want answers to. We'll probably never get. You know what I mean? But, like, the WHO, alright, they hid it. Straight up hid that shit. Like, oh, the world is okay, bro. No, motherfuckers, it's not the way it went. That's not how it goes. When it released and y'all knew it was like it was, y'all knew it was the coronavirus to begin with, because y'all studied this shit. You knew what the fuck it was like, capable of doing to people. Y'all been studying this shit, alright? Don't play us for fucking idiots, alright? Excuse my language. Don't play us for blanking idiots. YouTube here don't like me cussing. But, alright, we're not idiots. We're not dummies. We're not fools. There's millions of, I've heard the Antichrist is coming. God's gonna come in the sky from this AM TV or something like that. This dude's, but everything he said, New World Order, didn't work. Antichrist on the 2021st and didn't come. You know what I mean? Everything this man has a epiphany of and he believes in don't happen. Alright? I don't believe none of that. What I believe is this virus was turned out against us Americans, not only Americans, against the whole world, to break the economy, to start over, to catch up, to, I think it bit them in the ass. I think it, got on them worse than any fucking body. Excuse my language again. And now, but we have the most people in the world. We, as a country, don't kill infants if we're overpopulated. We don't do that type of shit, alright? We are overpopulated. Plain and simple. The world is overpopulated here, alright? Now, this could have been a population control. Some people think that. I don't think so with Trump in office. I just don't see it happen. Trump is for the people. I wouldn't think he would hurt a 100-year-old World War hero that, was living his best life at 100 years old. He possibly could, and the coronavirus takes him out. I don't see Trump doing that, all right? I see Nancy Pelosi doing that. Nancy Pelosi is the evil, disgusting, no good, hypocritical bitch. And I cannot stand her. I cannot stand when she talks. And for some reason, I've never met her, but for some reason, I have this wild ass imagine, because she's always chewing bubblegum, that her old drunk ass has the stankiness ass breath that I bet anybody's ever encountered in your life. Plain and simple. That bitch got some raunch breath, I believe. She always got that gum in the back of her jaw and how she chews on it, like her fake ass little smile she does, however she does that shit, I can't even tell. You like trying to put this nice over evil, you know what I mean? Like she's freaking evil, y'all. She does not have your best. And look at her state. Look at what California's done. I went there when I was a kid. Beautiful. Homeless wasn't like it was. Beautiful state. They didn't want to give me a plastic bag to carry my groceries. I didn't kind of upset me because it's like, man, this fucking place is crazy. But Nancy Pelosi gets in office, and it's like, I went there when my wife's grandfather dies, and he was this treasury of the state or something like that. He was a bigwig. He worked on Arnold Schwarzenegger and stuff, right? And when Nancy Pelosi takes over, and we go over there and stuff like that, we look at this, and it's like you have homeless just lined up down the street, needles lined up down the street, and they passing out needles, picking up new needles. Like, this is supposed to happen in America. We living in the fucking Philippines or something. Live nasty, shit on our street, piss in our water, make our kids drink this shit, make our streets stink, make people like Kobe Bryant have to fly over in a helicopter because he don't want to put up with driving through the middle of these nasty sons of bitches in a car. I'm talking about, come on, man. The state is in a catastrophe. It is fallen. It is nasty. Everybody's moving away from there. Everybody hates Nancy Pelosi that lives there. Like, we went to the beach and was like just talking to people like, hey, you like Nancy? Hey, you like Nancy? Hey, you like Nancy? I voted for her, but I will not vote for her again. I voted for her, but I will not vote for her again. I voted for her, but everything she said is a fucking lie. She's a liar. She's evil. She's no good. Like, you get so many stories, and then you get this one person that's really blue in the head, and she's like, I voted for Nancy Pelosi, and I'm going to vote for Nancy Pelosi again next year, or in November. She's done great for our countries. She's done great for our homeless people, but they better not come on my property. If they come on my property, I'm gonna call the cops and shoot them. But she helps our homeless. Fucking hypocrite. You know what I mean? Like, where are you going, people? You know what I mean? Like, Trump come into office, he said he's gonna drain the swamp. He came in the swamp a little bit over his head. He went to the highest of the highest of the highest. You know what I mean? Like, way the fuck up here, over his head. Like, ooh, I can't even reach that high. And like, what's he supposed to do with this, y'all? Think about it. What people are like, put him all in jail. I agree with that 100%. Nancy Pelosi, all y'all need to go to jail. Plain and simple. All right, but y'all need to think about this in the long run. China turned this virus out on us. It either had something to do with the Democrats trying to ruin Trump, or it has to do with China trying to ruin our economy. All right, either which one, don't fucking fly with me. I'm a United States. I'm a patriot. I stand up for my army. I stand up for my fellow Americans. Anybody that fights for me to do what I'm doing and talk to y'all right now, I have y'all's back 100 million freaking percent. No matter what, I fly a flag out front of my house. I fly a Trump 2020 flag out front of my house. The American flag, it all flies. I dare somebody that come and ask me to take down one of my flags. You're going to have to remove it over my dead body. I promise you that. It is my right to fly that flag. It is my constitutional right as a person to stand up for my people. And that's what I do. That's why that flag stands outside, sits outside all day long. Rain, snow, sleet, shine, hell. As long as my people are out there defending me, that flag will be out there. And when that flag needs to be torn down and buried, or however we decide to dispose of it, some people burn it. I can't bring myself to burn American flag. What we do is we fold them up and we bury them. And we lay them to rest, alright? That's how I feel about it. I am not going to burn an American flag. I let my flag stay up there until it's shredded in pieces. The weather tears it up, and then we lay it to rest. as a respect to all the fallen Americans that we didn't even get their bodies back to lay rest. Alright? With that being said, people, come to your freaking senses. Think about this for a minute. And just think about it. Alright? Trump was a freaking millionaire. You think he did this for money? He haven't even took a paycheck. Alright? First off. Second off. You think he did this because to be known? Everybody in the world known him. Most rap stars sung about wanting to be like Trump. You know what I mean? So they can say what they want now, but you can't live all your life without being called a racist. You can't live all your life without being called a bigamist. You cannot live all your life being this evil, rude, vindictive person, and then all of a sudden, people notice it when you become president? No, man. That's not it, y'all. Trump did this for us. We kept asking him, and kept asking, and kept asking him to run for office, to run for office, to run for office. And he always said no. Even Oprah Winfrey asked him. Everybody asked him, when you going to run? I think you'd make the best president. And then when he ran for office, all these other people that was a Democrat back then, and Trump was a Democrat back then. Now he's a Republican. It's a completely different story, right? He's seen what the Republicans were doing, how they were tearing up this world, how they were just running into the country, how they were putting all of our other shit in China and Mexico, making her jeans, making her trucks, making her this, making her that, making her masks, making her just everything. We had no fucking work in America. They shut down all of our fracking. They shut down our pipelines. They shut down coal mines. They shut down just everything, all right? That fuck our people. Move it to China. Let's help China. Let's give them all this money. Let's help them. Let's go in debt with them. They never give us no money. Blah, 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 blah. And they didn't. We put our company over there. We went in debt. We just drained our country forever. And now we're in a position that we're taking all that shit back. And we're going to take it back. Alright? Alright? Alright. Hang on one second. My son's in here. Hang on, bub. I'll be right out there, okay? But we're in a position that we're taking this stuff back. Alright? Now, me on one hand, I want my neighbor to work. I want my neighbor to do good. I want my neighbor to raise his kids to be successful. I want to see that kid that I helped paint the skateboard or paint the pegs on his bike or fix a flat tire. I would love to see them in office one day standing up as president, vice president, governor. I push that, push that, push that. Even in bad neighborhoods, man, you want to get out of this neighborhood. The only thing you got to do is work at it. You got to try. You got to do something with your life. You just got to put forth effort. You got to lay the nonsense to the side and realize that this ain't what I want. This is what I want. And go for it. All right. You got to do this in life. This is what you got to do, people. But I need y'all to think about one thing, and that's the China thing. I need everybody to sit back and think about it, all right? I know my friend died in December of it, maybe even October, November, somewhere up in there. It was horrible. They said he died from flu-like symptoms, but it wasn't flu. He had pneumonia. They couldn't understand it, but he just died. They found him dead in the bathtub. Alright, he couldn't breathe. He always said somebody was sitting on his chest. We were constantly giving him them canned oxygen here in Denver, Colorado, is where this job took place at the Marriott. His name was Terry Brownell. He's one of my all respected friends. I love him. I miss him dearly, man. He was a very comical person, and you know, right there at the end, I left, and I wish, you know, I would have told him I loved him and that, you know, what he meant to me. But instead, you don't think about them things. So I leave work, I go home to run my company, and not a thought of Terry Brownell in my head. Not one. I go back up there to go drop off something to my brother and actually hide his hammer and his belt and stuff like that just as a comical joke. And he's running around cussing me out that day and everything. And I left, and you know, I never told him where his belt was hid or his hammer was hid. And I left. I never told him that I loved him. I never told him that he was a good friend of mine. I never told him nothing of the sort, you know. Which, I know this has nothing to do with anything, but I just want to get that out there, that every time you leave someone, you don't know what's going to happen to them. Just, what the fuck is 5 seconds to take out and stop and tell that person, you know, I love you, thank you for what you've done for me. Not for you, for them. That way, if something does happen, you can go to bed knowing that he passed away, knowing that he was loved, that everything that he did for you, you respected. That touches a person more than what you think, and it eats at me more than most people know. I have a father, Epstein's Anonymous. I'm 37, 36, so he's going to be 66, something like that. He's Epstein's Anonymous. You know, every day we get with him is a blessing. I love that man. I love everything he taught me. I wouldn't have my company if it wasn't for him. I wouldn't have nothing if it wasn't for him. Everything he done, you know, I soaked it in. When I was a kid, I might have been rude and obnoxious, and I know it all, of course. But now I thank him for everything that he's done, and he's still alive, and I talk to him daily. And as soon as I get off this video, I'm gonna call him and I'm gonna tell him I love him, because every person has that person in their life and has friends in their life, and y'all don't take them for granted, right? Because this world is changing right now. I don't know if it's changing for the better or it's changing for the worse. As of right now, it's not looking good, y'all. But we can't let Biden get in the office and do something next year. You know, he's not fit. Uh, I love y'all. I hope and pray that people see this video and it with them, you know, clicks with them, and they can understand that, you know, oh shit, my thoughts maybe are wrong. Maybe I need to think this way. Maybe find me and tell me my thoughts are whack, but make me think other ways. You know what I mean? I'm not a person that's going to look at you and be like, you're a Democrat, you're this, you're that. I can argue my views all day long without getting mad. I can talk to you about my views. You can tell me your views. You may be able to change me. I may be able to change you. Facts is what I go after. I love facts. I don't like, you know, he said this, but he meant this. You know, no, it's not yet. He said this, and this is the way it fucking sound. This is the way it was. That's what he meant. You know, he didn't tell you how to shoot up with Lysol, you dumbasses. But, you know, cherish the person next to you. Y'all stay safe. Wear a mask. Use hand sanitizer. Be respectful to the next. Me, I'm gonna go chill with my kid for a little while. He been doing homework all day. Uh, I love y'all. Y'all be safe. Stay inside. Get your asses to work. Go outside. Do what you want to do. We in America. But respect you next. We out.